Whoops. Man, I thought I had everything ready to go, and of course I forgot to place my microphone. Hello, everybody. My name is Garrett Robinson. Welcome to my channel, Vloganovel. Welcome to my show, Vloganovel. And let's put point the microphone in the right direction. Hello, YouTube. My name is Garrett Robinson. Welcome to my show, Vloganovel. On my channel, Vloganovel, where, surprise, I vlog novels. This is my show where I live create books from beginning to end, everything from writing my outline to writing the first draft, editing, formatting for publication, and then putting it online on every retailer in the world, including Amazon, Barnes & Noble, iBooks, Kobo, etc., etc. Right now, we're working on the 5th episode of the book Mystic. Mystic is the sequel to my book Nightblade, which you can see right here. Nightblade was a bestseller in Amazon's fantasy category. People have been saying really good things about it. It's got a lot of good reviews. So if you want to check that out, there's a link to get that as well as any other book in my library in the description of this video, as well as a link to get signed copies of books if you prefer reading physical books. For the regular retail price, you can get them directly from me signed, which is cool. And I hope you'll check that out. Right now, we are working on the first draft of Mystic Episode 5. And what I mean when I say episode, just in case this is your first time finding me, I am writing the Nightblade series serialized. So basically I publish an episode a week, although I've fallen a little bit behind on my regular schedule. And there are 8 episodes in each book. And then when the book is done, it is published as a complete volume, like this one right here. This is not broken up into episodes. This is just its own book. So the book is written so that it can be read as the episodes, which makes for a kind of cool weekly experience where you see, you know, a couple, you know, like it's like a TV episode, but then it's also written so that it reads well. It's just a complete novel in and of itself. Let's see, anything else? Yeah, so before we get started today, let's talk about the episode thing, because the episode thing is something that has been going on for with Nightblade for a long time, and it's going to continue. I'm going to keep publishing Nightblade in episodes, including the end of Mystic and the 3rd book, Darkfire. But it's going to change, and I'm gonna do a full email about this tomorrow. So if you're not on my email list, head over to garrettbrobinson.com, jump on the email list. You get a copy of my book Rebel Yell for free, and I'm going to send a full email explaining exactly what's going on tomorrow. But basically, the thing about the weekly, I have a weekly subscription model where you can subscribe to the book series for $2.99 a month, and you get every episode as soon as it's published, and you actually get it before Amazon. Like, it doesn't go live on Amazon until after it's gone to subscribers, and it's supposed to go several weeks before it goes to subscribers. But it hasn't been, because I have fallen behind. And that's the thing about the subscription models. It requires me to no fail put out a 10,000 word episode every single week. That went great for the first book, for Nightblade, and I have fallen behind on Mystic. And the thing about it is, like, sometimes that just happens. Like, I'm not saying it's not my fault, but like, other things happen, and sometimes I decide that I want to work on something else, and I just realized that not only now do I have to catch up on what I'm behind on Mystic and then Darkfire and et cetera, I have to catch up on that, but then after that, like, what if I want to take a break from Nightblade and go do something else? Well, subscribers, you know, will be expecting the book, and they will have already paid for it, so I can't take a break and do anything else if I want to, and I don't really like how that limits my options, blah, 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 blah. You don't really care so much about all of that. So what's going to happen is I'm going to cancel the subscription program, and everybody who is a subscriber is obviously going to get everything that they already paid for, which is not only the rest of Mystic, the 2nd book, but they're going to get all of the 3rd book, Darkfire, as well. That's just going to, they've already paid for it, so I'm going to send it to them, obviously. And the way future books are going to work is a different model. Now, back in the day, Amazon had this program called Amazon Serials, and if you are familiar with the self-publishing podcast, which is of course where I get all of my ideas, then you're already familiar with how the Amazon Serials program worked. But basically, it wasn't available to every author. It wasn't just, like, nobody could just sign up and become a Kindle Serials author. But they offered it to select people who were essentially signing a traditional publishing deal. And Sean and Dave from the Self-Publishing Podcast did that deal, and they wrote 2 books that way. The first one was called Well, the first one was Z2134. Sorry if you can hear a child in the background. It's my wife is running her daycare. This is her last week of the daycare. Oh my God. But yeah, so they wrote Z2134, and then they wrote a book called Monstrous. And then Z2134 had 2 sequels. It was a trilogy. They Z2135 and Z2136. And all of those are written and out now. And Monstrous has no sequels, and probably never will unless they get the rights back, because they didn't necessarily think that Amazon handled that book and that serialized model particularly well with that book in particular. As they've said on their podcast, I'm not outing anything. So, but the way that the Kindle Serials program worked was you could, so let's say they were releasing a new book, Z2134 is coming out. Oh my God. So you could buy it for $1.99. And if you did that, you would get the book, and then it would update with new episodes every time a new episode released, which for them, they released new episodes. Amazon released new episodes every 2 weeks instead of every 1 week, which is what Sean and Dave normally did, and what I normally do. And then after the whole book was out, it was published as a complete volume, which you could buy for $5, I think. So you could buy it for $2 in advance, or you could buy it for $5 after it was all done. And that was cool. That was really cool. And it would auto update your Kindle file. You know, Amazon, like being all like up in your business, they'd like just go into your Kindle and update the file automatically as soon as you connected to the internet. So it was really cool. And like, frankly, me and Sean and Dave and Johnny from the podcast all loved the idea. And we wished they would open it up to indie authors. And they were just talking about this on the self-publishing podcast this week, where they were like, that was a really cool thing that we really liked, and we really wish they would open that up for authors, but instead they seem to be shutting the program down because apparently it hasn't been as successful as they want it to be, and they just want to put their resources elsewhere. And of course, like I said, all of my ideas come from the self-publishing podcast. So while I was watching that this week and or listening to it in the car, I was just suddenly struck by like, oh my God, because every time we as a self-publishing community say, I wish you could do blah, like my mind immediately goes, I'll bet you we could. And of course I realized that model is a way better model of handling a subscription than my Nightblade subscription idea, which locks me in as an artist. So that model works way, way, way better, and I can do it. I can have that sort of thing where if you buy Mystic in advance, it costs you less money, and I send you all the episodes. And if you buy it afterwards, you have to pay more, you know, which rewards your early adopters. It rewards your constant readers, et cetera, et cetera. So it's all around a fantastic thing. Now, my books are much bigger than the Kindle Serial books that they were publishing. So basically the way that it's going to work is you will be able to get future books in the Nightblade series while they're running. In other words, while they're running live and while I'm publishing them, you will be able to get them for $3, and then afterwards you'll be able to get them for $5. Or sorry, $5.99, so like $6. Which is just reflective of, you know, they're bigger books and they take me longer to write, et cetera, et cetera. So that is what's going to go in place. I'm going to cancel the subscriptions tomorrow, send out an email to everybody letting them know what's going on. And Mystic is going to play out the way that it's already been playing out. But then after that, Darkfire and subsequent books in the series will all be published under that new model. And why that's awesome, well, another reason why that's awesome is that I will be writing the entire book first. I will write all of Darkfire, and then I will publish it under that model. And again, people who have already been subscribers up to this point, they'll just get Darkfire. They don't, obviously I'm not going to charge them for it. They already paid for it. But new people who want to start the series, they can get it for $3, which is a really good deal for a book that's, you know, going to be actually bigger than this one. So they can get it for $3, and they will get weekly episodes, and they'll get them in 8 weeks, because the whole book will be done before I start sending episodes out. So in other words, you are buying like the 8-week subscription thing, and then you just week after week you get your episodes, and then at the end you get your complete book file, so that you don't have 8 mini books cluttering up your Kindle. You just have the one complete book file that you can go back and read whenever you want to, and you've gotten it for $3 frickin', which is awesome. And then after that, if you want to get the full complete volume, it'll just cost you twice as much because you didn't get it early enough, I guess. So that's how it's going to work. So that's the change that's going to happen basically starting tomorrow, and then will be available to readers as of the third book in the series, Darkfire. And you know, until then, basically I'll just be working on finishing Mystic and then getting Darkfire done as soon as possible, because then I will actually be selling that book as a done and complete product, rather than, you know, hey, just subscribe and I'll get you the episodes whenever, you know, which, like, I'm sure nobody's really complained, but I'm sure there's some people who are like, Garrett, where the fuck are my episodes? Because you're fucking behind schedule. Because that's the thing, is you can't actually go off schedule with the new. I'm very excited. I'm very excited. I get very excited about silly little things like this. Anyway, yeah, I think that's it. I think I covered everything. If you happen to be watching this afterwards, I can see there's no live viewers now. What the hell? People who normally tune in for live viewing. It's like it's the day before New Year's Eve. Like, you couldn't possibly be doing anything at 2:30 Pacific time when you're either still at work or driving home from work if you live on the East Coast. But if you are watching this after the fact and you have heard that explanation, I would love to know what you think, and if you have any questions, because I want to, when I do my email out to my readers tomorrow, I want to explain it very clearly so that they understand what's going on, so that subscribers don't think that they're getting screwed somehow, and so that new readers are like, oh, this sounds like a cool and awesome business model. So I would love to know what you think, and if that's clear, and if it makes sense. And without further ado, let's start actually doing Vloganovel. So like I said, we're working on the first draft of episode 5. We are in the first chapter, so we're probably going to finish this one and chapter 2, and we'll get into chapter 3. We definitely won't finish it this hour. Almost definitely. Never say never. And actually we're going to do an hour and a half, because that's what we normally do during these things. So let me kick on my music. Mm-hmm. Get my timer going. And here we go. Oh, shoot. Astro Stone shared the video. Hi, Astro Stone. Astro Stone, have I seen you on this channel before? I don't remember. Hi, good to see you. think we just had an earthquake. Did we just have an earthquake? I think we did. Where the hell is my scene break? I know I have a scene break. There it is. Wonder why I wouldn't find it before. Astro Stone says, "Where are you at, LA?" Yes, we are in Los Angeles. I am in Los Angeles. And you are 20 kilometers south of San Pedro. Oh, cool. Oh no, the earthquake was in 20 kilometers south of San Pedro. Yeah, Los Angeles, always a good guess if somebody says that they just felt an earthquake. It was probably in Los Angeles. We have a lot of them. It's funny, in a recent video, I talked about earthquakes in Los Angeles versus other natural disasters in other parts of the world and everything. And I said to the viewer, you'd probably freak out if you had an earthquake, because you're not used to it. Whereas to us, that's what we call Tuesday. And it happens to be Tuesday, and we just had an earthquake. I think I said Tuesday in the video. If I didn't, that joke is decidedly less funny. Ah. San Francisco has its share of earthquakes too. I guess you're from San Francisco. It's not, if it's not over 5 on the Richter scale, we don't even stop what we're doing. Oh, I found this YouTube channel of yours via Tumblr, FYI. Oh, cool. Good to know that posting on Tumblr has some benefit. I mean, I like posting on Tumblr anyway. I would do it in any case, but cool. Happy to have you around and whatnot. You should check out my main YouTube channel, youtube.com/the Garrett Robinson. That's where cool stuff happens. All right, there's our 90 minutes. Boom. Yes, thank you, computer, for blaring your alarm at me. All right, that's it for this episode of Vloganovel. I will be back pretty shortly with another episode. I'm gonna try and get another broadcast going by 4:30, but I'm not even gonna try because then it cuts it too close to when I need to go downstairs to be with family. So what I will do is I will try to get a video game stream of Hearthstone up by 4:30. Probably play that until my family needs me. Then I'll go do family stuff, and then I'll do another episode of Vloganovel at some point tonight. Probably at 9 p.m. is generally when I try to get on and do that good stuff. So if you happen to be around at that time, I'll be back on this channel writing some more of the first draft. This is expanding and expanding, man. This is going to be Mystic is going to be a significantly longer book than Nightblade was. I'm about to add I'm going to add another chapter because everything that was supposed to happen in chapter 2 hasn't happened yet, and I'm almost done with what has happened, and then that's going to be the end of chapter 2. So chapter 3 is going to be chapter 2, and so I'm going to be pushed back, and there's going to be 6 episodes in this 6 chapters in this episode. So that's cool. I don't mind the longer book, to be perfectly frank, although it does obviously take more time. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Miss Astro Stone, for your excellent comments while I've been writing live. It's always fun having people hang out while I'm writing. Again, if you have not already subscribed to my email list, I'm sending out a big email on the big change with my writing and the Nightblade series tomorrow. So you can sign up at my website, garrettbrobinson.com, and then you'll get the full inside skinny on what's happening with all future books. And for signing up for the email list, you get my book Rebel Yell for free, which is cool. People seem to like that book, and you don't have to pay any money for it. So there you go. Thanks very much for watching, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed your time. I have certainly enjoyed mine, and I will see you later tonight. Bye.